Okay, so tip number 1. Now, I definitely have to say that you need to focus on being independent. Now, the reason why I put this as my first tip is simply because life after high school, there's literally nobody that's gonna come and say, hey Moto, did you apply? Hey Moto, do you need help? Hey Moto, are you studying? Guys, this is where you need to focus on being independent and proactive. This is your life. You only get one shot, and honestly speaking, the price tag you regret, man. Oh guys, it's bad. You don't want to regret the decisions you make, right? You need to focus on being independent and looking to get things done for yourself. Now, if you're going to make the decision to take a gap year, whether it's before you are forced by the circumstances of your results, whichever way, if you're going to take a gap year, you need to learn the skill of being independent from day one, because you don't, well, I didn't expect my parents to be like, hi, okay, so now that you've taken a gap year, you need to go and look for the information for yourself. Now, in the first part, I've given you the information, I've given you the options. Now, all you have to do is go back to your high school and weigh your options and decide if you're going to take route number 1, if you're going to find a tutor and do things on your own and put in the extra effort by being on YouTube, or if you're going to take route number 2, which is you signing up with a college, committing to going to extra classes every day, committing to doing the work that they give you, committing to write at their facilities and all of that. I do have friends that did rewrite with me. My sister actually did rewrite as well. And look, everybody's journey is going to be different depending on which college you choose to go to and what they offer you. So I can't speak much on the second route because there's quite a few variations and things that you're going to have to look at. So I've given you time. Look at things like Boros Tech, I think Demlin. I'm not really sure about all the colleges that offer the option of rewriting with them, but if you're in Rose Tech January, there's literally a lot of people walking around with flyers and all these things that are like pushing me to say, hi, come rewrite with us, because money talks, baby, money talks. That's another thing. The expenses are quite different when you go and choose to go with the college, right? Thumbs up. So back to the point of being independent, like you need to go find out which route you want to take, and then go find the information, sign up so that you come back and you go give your parents feedback. If you're like me and you have siblings, younger siblings at that, your parents are going to be so occupied with getting them stationery, getting them to school, and getting them prepared and all of those things. So you kind of want to offload the burden from your parents. And also, you are big now. You're probably 18 or 19. My sister, my brother, you can't be expecting your parents to be doing everything for you. Like, this is where your adulthood basically starts. Like, you are outside of school now, your own decisions, and you need to be able to stand by the decisions you make. So do focus on being independent and doing things for yourself. Oh flip, I actually swapped tip number 1 and tip number 2, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Tip number 2 is to decide if you are going to if you're going to rewrite your whole matric, or if there's specific subjects that you would like to rewrite. Now, if you go and you look at your matric statement result, like is it a statement of results? I don't know what it's called. That paper, man, that you get before you get your official certificate, that one. Please look at it. Look at which level you're getting. Look at your average. Look at your APS. Look at these 3 things because they're very important when it comes to you getting a bursary, you getting into the university you want, and the course that you want. It is very important. I cannot emphasize this enough. Please look at those things. Like, look at the bigger picture before you make the decision if you're going to rewrite and how many subjects you're going to rewrite. Which route you're going to take. Are you taking route number 1 or route number 2? So please just sit down and look at that. And also also look at what offers you're getting. I'm pretty sure you applied in matric or in grade 11, whichever time you chose to apply. Look at your offers. Decide if that's what you really want, or if you're gonna go back and rewrite, and which subjects you want to rewrite, and set a goal. So let's say, for instance, let me take physics. I didn't take physics, by the way. Let's say I got 48 and I needed a 50 to get into varsity. Guys, things like these happen. Trust me, I know people who had to rewrite because it's painful, but it's life, you know, and everything happens for a reason. Like, you don't know what you're being protected from. You don't know if maybe God felt, this child is not ready, you know. Just take it as divine guidance from the universe, from God, saying that, child, this is not the step you need to be taking at this current moment. Anyway, I'm rambling. Go back and decide now, if I'm rewriting physics, get 48, but for the course that I want to get into, give 15. Please aim to get a 60, because 50 is just the minimum. They will consider you, if everything else looks good. And by everything else, I'm referring to I'm referring to your APS, I'm referring to your average, and you get all the other supporting subjects that they're gonna give you, the requirements that they give you in order for you to get into the specific university course. So that's tip number 2. Please be very clear, specific, and precise. Now, tip number 3 definitely has to be research. Now that you've sat down and you've decided which subjects you want to rewrite and which route you want to take, step number 3 or tip number 3 that I would give you is definitely go and do your research. Like, before you even start studying, please do your research on universities. At least 4 to 5 different options. Have a notepad, a notebook, whatever, something that you know you're going to keep safe, not on your phone, because your phone can easily get lost or stolen or something, or I can just forget and delete it, because I'm the type of person that deletes everything. I don't know why. It's just a thing. Don't come for me. Anyway, have a paper. I like writing things down on paper because I remember better, you know. Have 4 to 5 universities that you are looking at. Now, with each of these 4 to 5 universities, rank your top 3, right? With these top 3 universities, decide on location, how you're going to get there, and how you're going to fund this. I'll get to that point, but basically with this tip, what I'm trying to say is, do your research with all these universities. We've got 5, right? Write down 3 options of things you genuinely think you want to do. Think long and hard about what you want to do. And the reason why I say do this before you write your exam is so that you know what you're working towards, number 1, in terms of APS score, in terms of your boosting your average, and that's also going to come with how many subjects you're rewriting that are going to affect your average. And oh flip, I forgot my 3rd point. Guys, why is this happening? Am I nervous? No, I don't think I'm nervous. Anyway, guys, had a lot of moments. You've got your 5 universities, 3 options of from each university. Your first one, you need to write down what the APS score is needed, and what are the requirements. By requirements, do they want a math at a level 4? Do they want English at a level 6? Do they want, and check if you have those levels, because you can't be out here rewriting everything unless if you want to repeat matric on your which I don't think you want to do. Please do this before you go write your exam, because that way you know how to set your goals and how you're going to work towards getting to that goal. And also be realistic. If you got 48 for your physics and then now you're aiming to get a 50, because that's what you need, maybe aim for 55. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't now say 48 and then aim for 70, but you chose option 1 and you're studying alone. Girl, boy, you're gonna drown. You're gonna find yourself fatigued, because first of all, you need to consider how many subjects you're writing, how long you have, So I would definitely say, if you're going to rewrite more than one subject, actually, if you're going to rewrite more than one subject, I do recommend for you to write in December, so that you can space out your time properly and have time, like have a plan for each subject that you're going to be rewriting. Because if you're going to be rewriting in June and you're writing 3 subjects and you chose route number 1, I'm telling you now, for free, you're going to drown. It's just not going to work. Please be realistic when you guys make these decisions. You get me? Let's move to tip number 4. Tip number 4 definitely has to be, after writing your exam, I don't know when you choose to write your exam, but let's say in this scenario, you're choosing to write your exam in December. Not every university is going to be open for late applications. And even if they are, it's going to be courses that are like, masala. I'm going to call them masala, which is basically leftovers. I'm calling them leftovers because these are courses that people didn't apply to. So you basically don't have a wide range of opportunities here. You're basically now forced again to make a decision that you don't want with your career, guys. I say game this thing, guys. I say game. Yo, guys, please apply. After doing your research with your top universities, check when applications for the following year open and write down the date. Now this is very important because now you've got your 3 options and you know what you're aiming for. The next step is definitely to apply immediately when they open. My sister, my brother, immediately when they open. I'm screaming because I hope, I don't know how else to put emphasis on this. Immediately when they open, my brother, my sister, please go and apply. Now that you have your options and you're studying, it's going to be in between you studying for your exam and everything, and there's going to be a lot of things happening around you. Please apply immediately as soon as those applications open. I'll give you an example with my University of Pretoria. Certain courses, they open, all of them, all applications open normally on the 1st of April. And then with certain faculties, you will find that they close very early, and that's because their curriculum starts early. They need to start preparing you early. They need to start telling you what to buy pretty early. They need to give you a whole lot of information before you even come into university. So that's why they close pretty early, so that they can evaluate and make you guys write tests like body NBT and all of these things before they can consider accepting you finally, right? So it's very important to apply immediately when applications open so that you don't forget, or maybe you find that you've missed the deadline, and that would be really sad. You guys, I'd cry finding that I've missed the deadline to apply for what I wanted to apply to. And chances are, if it's closing early, late applications for that specific faculty is not going to be open in January. You get what I'm saying? This is why I'm saying you need to be independent. You need to think ahead. You need to be very proactive when you take your gap year, and think for the long term. Think for the long run. There's so many things you're going to need to get done. My sister, my brother, apply immediately, because you'll find that after you write your exam, I mean, you could still apply, but maybe there's some courses that are full already. Like I know with UP, let's say they're taking 1,000 applications for the specific course, right? And of that 1,000, they're still going to cut down to 300 people. Your chances are then very slim, because when you rewrite, your results come out at a later stage. And when you're filling out, very important, when you're filling out your application, by the way, there's a space, there's a portion there when you apply. Look out for it, right? If you're applying after you've written your matric, university can obviously see, okay, here are matric results. So this person, are they applying because they didn't make it? Are they applying because they wanted to change their course? Or are they applying because they are rewriting? So there's that option where you're gonna put in, there's like a small little button. You need to read the fine print very carefully, where you're gonna say there, I'm rewriting, because either you're in grade 11 or you're in matric, right? So if you're in matric and you've done your matric and you've gotten your results and everything, the university can see on their system. So just write there that you're rewriting, and that's gonna lead me to my fifth point. Tip number 5, Eri. After you are done writing your exams and you've applied and all is well and right with the world, now it's January again of the next year when you're supposed to start your university. Look guys, it's very important to follow up on your application online, and if you're not getting a response or you're not seeing any changes, please go and follow up. So as you are writing down which courses you want to, I think this was tip number 3 or 4, can't remember now. Anyway, as you're writing down your top 3 university things, write a number and an email that you're going to be able to call and go back to, you know, so that in January when results come out and you've gotten your new statement and your new marks and you're happy and your APS looks good and your average looks good and the subjects you are writing, they look good, and you think you can finally, you've reached the requirements to get in. Let's forget the minimum, like you've done above, you know, the minimum. You can go back and follow up on your application. Now, this goes back to point number 1 on being independent. Please don't wait for your parents to do this again. Be proactive. Reka airtime, call, follow up, because email, you might not be able to, you know, get that immediate response that you want. And then going there in person is not always an option. And I mean, you could go there and then they just make you wait outside, or there's a long queue, because there's also other students that need attention. There just could be a lot of things going on. So phone call Kiona, you know, you don't have to go anyway, but write a number so that you can call and follow up and be like, hi, I applied and I was rewriting, explain the whole situation so that the person knows exactly how to help you or to refer you to another person. That's tip number 5. Now, tip number 6 becomes that when you're done writing, if you're writing in June, now this is for people that choose to write in June and you guys haven't done your learners or you haven't done your learners or your drivers, or you've done your learners but you haven't done your drivers. After you write your exam in June, use the rest of June to rest. You will be a little tired, a little fatigued, because you've pushed yourself so hard to prepare for this coming exam. So yeah, tip number 6, definitely has to be, know what you want to do. Like, know what you want to do with your gap year after you're done writing. You need to be very intentional about this, because again, you don't want to look back and feel like you just sat at home. Also, it's depressing. Sitting at home, it gets depressing because you're alone every day. If you are in a situation like mine where my parents were going to work full time, I think my mom worked at home for 2 months, and then after that back to work because COVID is finished now. So you are now sitting at home alone. You are alone with your thoughts, and in as much as you can read books, like my attention span is like yangnipha day by day, yangnipha. Like, yeah, fully, guys, I don't know how to explain it, but you do get bored. So be very intentional with what you're going to do with your time. Are you now going to build a hobby? There's so many hours in a day, by the way. So are you going to build a hobby where you are exercising, where in the morning, by the way, you're exercising in the morning, and then during the day you're reading a book, then you have your breakfast and your snack and whatever, and after that, what are you going to do with the rest of your day? Are you going to go do your drivers? Are you going to do your license? Please know what you want to do, especially if you're writing in June. Don't waste your gap year. Your gap year is very precious. A year finishes by so quickly, but you don't want to waste it away by sitting at home and not doing anything. This is time that you're never going to get back. work on reinventing yourself. Like, take this time to know yourself in and out. Take this time to try new things, explore. Like, okay, so I took a little ad break, but I'm back because I felt like I've been talking so much. Libgloss, if I did you get me. Also, I want to go get some water, but I think I'm done with all the tips. I'm done with all the tips I could possibly give you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed the first part of the video. The second part is gonna go by. For the second part of the video, it's gonna go by very quickly. It's literally me giving you guys some of the benefits like that I noticed now that I've had my first year in university and how I feel. I think I am gonna do a follow-up video to give you guys a rough idea of how I got into university in the end and for the course I want and the sacrifices that came with that decision, my lord. Anyway guys, but for now I am going to give you guys some of the benefits that I noticed, and the first one definitely has to be, yo guys, can I just say, taking a gap year made me miss school, because when you're studying for a whole year, even after you're done writing your exams, like you see your friends studying and going to campus, what about room, and like it's like, oh my gosh, I wonder how it's gonna be, you know, and you start asking questions around the fact that what are the things they would do differently and all of that. And when you're there, like, you arrive a little more prepared, a little more excited for school, especially when you go back. Like, it's amazing. Like, it's so amazing, especially because now you're going for what you want and you know that, sorry, it's something you're gonna enjoy. And also because, I mean, you're interacting with other people. It's not like you're in your room 24/7 just sitting. You get it. That's if you don't get a job and all of that. But yeah, that's benefit number one. Benefit number two benefit number two has to be burnout. Yo, I think one of the benefits of taking a gap year definitely has to be the fact that you get to deal with the burnout that high school puts you through. I mean, high school is really not that bad, but obviously if you're just going through it like me, like just chasing deadline after deadline, you will be burnt out, you will be emotionally and mentally exhausted. Like, I cannot stress this enough. Like, you get to take a break, you get to do all the things you want to do. Like, I got to go out with my friends, I went to restaurants, I traveled, I was doing gigs, so I was making money, which leads me to benefit number 3. Plan out your finances. Like, during a gap year, you could get a job, and honestly speaking, if I had like a job that gave me like a stable income, of which photography didn't, because obviously you get 5 clients this month, next month you get 1, then that month you get 2, then you get 5 again, you know. So it was never stable because everybody wants a different thing and a different photo shoot and different locations and whatever. But if I had a job that gave me a stable income, I know for a fact that I would have saved up a lot of money to get myself a proper starter pack for university. And by proper starter pack, guys, when I went back to university, I realized that, hey, like, I need more outfits. Like, obviously when you like in high school, you only wear CVs every now and then, and on weekends you're probably at home in your joggers. You know that one sweatpant that you love that's forever in the washing because you wear it so many times? You can't wear that to school. Like, if I had a proper stable income, definitely I would go out, but I think a large portion of my money would go to definitely me investing a little more in my closet, like buying small items here and there, like maybe doing 600 Rand on Shein every month, and then buying basics like go for Mr. Price, the fakes, and all these other shops. So yeah, definitely plan out your finances. Speak to your parents, ask them like how they plan on financing your studies. And also, if you're like me again, who doesn't qualify for NSFAS, talk to your parents so that you know what the financial situation is at home, so that you can plan ahead and that you can know what are going to be your limits, what's going to be restricted, what's going to be in terms of budget. By the way, you really need to know how you're going to manage your finances, especially if you're going to be moving out. Like, start looking for budget plans and drawing up and buying things bit by bit. Don't buy everything at one go. Actually, it looks better with this hand. Guys, don't buy everything at one go. It just helps to buy everything in advance. That's definitely how I'd go about financing everything. But I mean, if you can afford, oh child, go for it. Yeah, that's literally tip number. Okay, I've lost count on getting benefit number one. I'm back with tip number 4, and my lord. Anyway, guys, I'm almost done. I promise. 3 more benefits, and then I'm done. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'm giving you 3, 2, 1. Please subscribe and drop a pink heart if you're like a new subscriber. Drop a pink heart in the comments. I would really appreciate it. Welcome to the game. Anyway, benefit number 4. Think and plan out your life. Now, during your gap year, you have a lot of time where you're just sitting at home, and once you're done writing your exam, like, you literally don't know what to do with yourself. I'm gonna take off my glasses because like the glare in the thing is disturbing me. I'm just gonna be here, because you're in this step. But anyway, one of the benefits of taking a gap year definitely has to be the fact that you have a lot of time to sit at home and do nothing. During that time, don't do nothing. Sit, plan out your life, guys, from your career to which career you want to go into. Go job shadow if you can. Decide if it's what you really want. Weigh your options. Learn a new skill. Do something. Like, don't just sit and do nothing. The new skill that you learn, make sure that it's in line with what you want to do, because then now that puts you a step ahead. You understand? A step ahead of all the people that went into, of all the people that are going to be going into university straight out of high school. You are now one step ahead mentally, which gives you quite an advantage if you ask me. Like, guys, just think about all the things you possibly can, from finances, like I said in the previous benefit, plan out and everything, to guys, so many things. So many things, guys. Now, the 5th tip that I'm going to be giving you guys is definitely go gain work experience, guys. Like, if you can and you get the opportunity, look for a job and go and work, even if it's part-time. Look, you get to learn and meet different people, right? Outside of just being at home every day. Like, when you go out and you meet new people, you learn how to deal with different characters. You get to see how it feels to work a 9 to 5. You get to see how it feels to make your own money and be able to buy yourself things, to buy clothes, so that you have a lot of outfits for school. Make money. If you're gonna be sitting at home, at least make it count. Make it count, because you don't know what the year ahead holds for you. You don't know how hectic your timetable is going to be, so you might as well just start making money now. Invest in yourself. Like, do things you've never done before. Go waxing, go to the movies, take yourself out and go do your nails. Even if you're a guy, it's a buffing chain, give 50 rand, guys. My brother does it. I was so shocked. Hey guys, you see, I'm plugging you, huh? But anyway, please, guys, just do something. Do not waste your gap year. A year goes by so quickly. Like, even if it's those last 6 months, like let's say you wrote in June, those last 6 months, trust me when I say that between doing your learners and getting your drivers at the same time, if you were like me, it goes by like this. And in between, don't forget to check your applications, don't forget to follow up, don't forget to apply for bursaries. Those are things that you're gonna need to equip you. And if you have the time and you already know what your finances look like for the following year, I would definitely suggest that during your gap year you go and you visit each and every single res, so that you sign up in December and not January when everybody's looking for a place. Sign up in December because that's where most of the single rooms get taken. That's when they get taken, guys. Like, I went now and it's January, guys. It's not even the 15th. I see like at the 15th, the single room different. That's the last benefit of taking a gap year. And for me, it was definitely the fact that it built my confidence. Like, going back into the school setup after taking a gap year, I feel like I got enough time to work on myself and how I want to present myself to people. Not to say that there was anything wrong with the way I was presenting myself before, but I do feel that I was limiting myself. Like, I was capping my potential. Like, I knew I could be so much more, but then obviously I had some reservations because I don't know, guys, I guess I was just shy. It takes me quite some time to get used to certain people and certain setups, but during my gap year I was challenged so much that I now know how to adapt to life as it comes. I know how to adapt to challenges as quickly as I possibly can in the most efficient way. So work on yourself. Like, this is time you're never gonna get back. This is very precious time. It might seem like, oh, 6 months, no guys, take the time to actually work on yourself, reinvent yourself from scratch, be it by appearance, be it mentally, be it physically, going to the gym, mentally reading your books and everything, and just choosing how you're going to live your life once you start varsity. Be very intentional about where, when, how, who, why. Think about all these things. Anyway, I do hope that you guys enjoyed my first sit down video. This was a lot. This was definitely a lot. I'm actually gonna put the bloopers. I don't know if I'm gonna put them in the beginning or the end, but I'm gonna put down some bloopers because there was a lot going on. You know, but I do look forward to shooting more sit down videos for you guys, because I do love educating you guys based on my experiences, based on my mistakes and things that I would do again, but obviously do differently. Do comment down below if you've reached this point of the video. I'm so happy. Like, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. But if you reached this point of the video, like, please like the video, please share it with a friend. Like, grade 10, 11 and 12, please watch this video. Please share it with anyone that you know that's in grade 10, 11 or 12. Please, 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 please.